Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman save. In today's episode, we have a big decision to make. So, we of course said that we weren't going to come back until we had a firm job offer. Well, we've had a firm job offer. As you can see, AGF, Aarhus Gymnastikforening, AGF, have approached us with a deal. They are a Danish team, currently sitting ninth in the league. Yeah. So obviously we have we can't apply for jobs. We have received an interview and we received an interview a couple of times. Didn't get the job, so I didn't want to come back until we actually had a firm job offer. We have that job offer here. It's maybe not the biggest step up, but I think it's a step up. So if we compare the two clubs, as you can see, we are a 2.5-star team in the Slovenian First Division. First League, which is 36th in world football. We then have AGF, who are a 3-star team in the 3F Superliga, which is the 11th best league in the world. So, league-wise, a massive step up. Past winners-wise, Copenhagen run away with it every year. However, 2 years into the save, AGF actually finished third, so they're not out of the realm of getting into a European place. In terms of season preview, they're currently expected to finish 6th, so they're about a mid-table side. The board just want us to finish mid-table and be competitive. There isn't much left of the season, so the way that the season works in Holland is basically the league of 12 teams splits into 2 teams of 6. So as you can see, you've got 12 teams in the league. The top 6 go into a championship group where top 4 potentially or top 5 get Europe and 6 doesn't. In the relegation one, weirdly enough, if you finish top of the relegation, you go into the European places playoff, but that's only for teams not already qualified for a European competition. I don't know how Europe works in here. This is very confusing. Team in 4th position qualifies for the European playoff place. I don't know. I don't get it. How do you get there? Where is this European playoff thing? But then 5th also gets Europe. Oh, it's very confusing. But then it says here that you get Europa League, and then that's Europa League playoff, but the European places playoff. Huh? It's very confusing. So top gets into the Champions League phase. Second goes into the Champions League third qualifying round. Third goes into the Europa League playoff round. So basically, you're either going to get Europa League phase or Conference League phase. I think if you're in third, you're pretty much guaranteed at least the Conference League phase as well, because if you lost that, you would go in the Europa playoff as well, and then you would go in the Conference League. Then this Europa League, it doesn't even tell you where, and then 5th just go into the Conference League second qualifying round. Obviously, this will all change as things progress, but yeah, so basically AGF are 9th, which would put them in the bottom 6. So really, we just need to not finish in the bottom 2. At the minute, they're 5 points clear of that. So as you can see, there's 22 games in the regular phase, and then there's 10 extra games. So if we were to join, we would have 11 games to play. One last in the preliminary phase, and then 2 games in the 10 games in the relegation thing. So the 6 teams, but you play everyone twice, so 5 teams twice is 10. As you can see, prize money, not bad at all in the league. So you get around 500 to 800k in the relegation playoff place. In the top bit, the lowest is 800k, and it goes up to 1.7 million. In terms of sponsorship, the club currently bring in £4.5 million a year in sponsorship. We currently bring in about 1.5, so 1.7 maybe. So definitely a big step up there. And in terms of the players they've got, it's not a huge squad, and they're actually spending quite a bit on wages. As you can see, they've got their main strikers are nearly 20 grand a week. That to me is ridiculous. Unless he's really good, I think we need to have a big clear out. Now, I think, based on the teams being interested in some of my players already. So people like Noel Murillo are interested by like Eredivisie sides. I've had people interested in Banachek from like Vitesse. Now obviously they've not put a deal in, but obviously we're on quite small wages here. So in theory, if we wanted to bring any of these players across, we probably have the have the facility to do so. Now, the problem with AGF at the minute is they are under a bit of a financial issue. As you can see, the transfer budget is negative 680k, so there isn't money to spend. They're spending about 175k on wages, which to me is a huge step up in wage bill. Obviously, we're spending 53k, so yeah, it's a lot more. I can't work out the percentage, but it's a lot more. Contract wise, we are on £700 a week. We're going to £6,500 a week, so it's a no-brainer. We have to take it, but I do think we need to spend a little bit of time just talking about Tabor Sezana, because this has been a hell of a run. So, as you can see, we've been smashing it. It was never an issue. Obviously, we didn't get through Europa League, but we were always going to win the league after a certain run. We're currently 10 points clear, so it's not guaranteed in the slightest. We're in the quarterfinals against a lower league Slovenian team. So there's a very good chance we would have done the double this year, but we can't pass up the opportunity to move up. Our reputation's actually gone up an extra half a star. So as you can see, we are wanted by AGF. They have put a bid in. Other jobs available, I think NAC Breda in the Eredivisie were the only other ones available, but they've not put an offer in. It's very similar, 170k, 3-star reputation. Obviously, the Eredivisie, bit of a better league, but they're probably more likely to get relegated as well, whereas I doubt we'd get relegated at AGF. So, yeah, there's not much to decide on it. Obviously, that would affect the leagues we load. So, obviously, Norway's in now. So, I think if we were to come into Denmark, we'd be straight away getting rid of Gibraltar, but potentially getting rid of Norway and keeping Slovenia for a year just so we can try and poach the best players from our club. But yeah, I think we could do some really good stuff at AGF. I do think it's obviously not the final club we'll go to, but I think it's a really good step up. So I think we've done terrific work so far. Ignoring Energetic Minsk, that was good. We got promotion and then got sacked because the board decided to be crazy. We've had 2 promotions from second divisions. We've won a league cup. We've won the top cup. We've won the top league. We've done the business. As you can see, we've got very good positions. Third in seasons, we've actually finished third, first, second, first, and that was with a 10-point deduction. So I think we'd have been fine in there. Since then, they've actually gone down back to the first league. So wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault I got sacked. It was the board being hasty. We would have kept them up. I know we would have. But it doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about that. We've made a good career for ourselves at Tabor. 4 good years, nearly 5 good years. But now is the time to say goodbye. We will, of course, keep an eye on Tabor Sezana. We haven't really kept an eye on Energetic Minsk because they sacked us. So I have no interest in them. They can go F themselves. Whereas Tabor Sezana, we've had some good years, so we'll definitely try and keep an eye on them, see how they do. But we've had some good times, some very good players in our team right now. And I think if we were to try and, if we wanted to take a look, I think you can't look past Jorg Mesa and you can't probably look past Banachek as well. Banachek, definitely the one at 20 years old, but Jorg Mesa, as you can see, he's wanted by some Eredivisie clubs. I don't see any reason why we can't bring him over, even if they're not first choice. Other than that, I don't know if there's anyone else we'd like to bring in. But you never know. You never quite know. Javi Ferrer could be one. He's not that expensive as a second choice or something. League rules is actually an interesting one. So in Denmark, the league rules are actually quite generous. As you can see, you just need 1 keeper on the bench. Under 21 players are automatically eligible. Under 16s are allowed to play and only players registered. But then in terms of registration, that's all disciplinary stuff. It's very just, as long as you have enough Danish players, you can kind of do whatever the hell you want. So you need 4 homegrown. So it's basically like a Champions League squad. You get 25 places. You need 4 players in the club from your club. You need 8 from your nation. Obviously, 4 of those club ones will count towards that. And then you just need to register players, but free transfers can be registered anytime. And foreign players signed on free transfers can also be registered anytime. I don't know why they separate that out, but you can just sign foreign players and you can sign regular players, and you, as long as they're on a free, you can register them anytime. Transfers, you'll have to register between the windows, which are regular windows, July to September, January, March. And that's the other benefit of Denmark. They do have a regular window. There's some loans and stuff. You can only have a certain number of players on loan at a time. And you can only have so many over the age of 22 out on loan at a certain time. 3-year contracts. There's some work permit stuff. You only need to offer about £800 for non-EU players to count for a work permit. So basically, as long as you're not signing kids, on really, really, whatever. You basically, as long as you're paying a fair wage for a player, you're going to get a work permit for them. So there's really no reason not to go. But yeah, it's a little bit sad. Obviously, we are leaving Tabor Sezana, so this will be the final part of Tabor Sezana. Next episode will be the first part of AGF, but we're gonna talk about some of the AGF stuff now. So yeah, I think we've done really well. We've of course got ourselves into the Hall of Fame as well. In terms of the country, we are in the no, not the nationality, the nation. So we are the 8th best Slovenia manager, and obviously with a cup win and a league win, we're probably going up to about 6th or 5th. So we'd probably be in that range. But obviously that's not going to happen. And whoever's walking into this is probably walking into one of the easiest jobs in football, because in reality, the finances are very healthy. The debt is there, but it's going down and it's pretty good. Sponsorship's there and it's getting better every year. The squad's really good, and we're going to win a league and a cup and get more money through the league. So, yeah. But it's a step up. We have to do it, and we are going to do it. So, we are going to start our negotiations. Of course, we're going to ask for a little bit of more money. Give us $7,000. So they're willing to offer us a 2-year deal till 2031. Our contract obviously runs out in 2029. So we'll ask for $7,000. They've just taken it. They really want me. It's an immediate start date, so none of this joining at the end of the season, anything like that. We are going to sign the deal. We are going to become AGF manager. They are pleased it's sorted. We will exit talks. The job's been accepted. Thank you very much to everyone at Tabor Sezana. It's been an absolute pleasure. But we will move on. We will click continue. And we will join our new club, House Gymnastic Forening, AGF. Higher FM, in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. I don't know why it would. Destro FM has left Tabor Sezana to join AGF. FM lifted the Slovenian First League with Tabor Sezana in 2028. He will face pressure to bring immediate success to the Skovens Arena, having stepped up from his previous standing to take sole charge, and will need to hit the ground running if he is to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. I'm like, what? Finishing second with a newly promoted team, then winning the league the season after. Whatever. My reputation's higher than the club's, so I don't know why it's questionable. Kim Engstrom was considered to be the favourite for the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured FM all along. I bet they did. Tabor Sezana will now be looking for a new manager, of course, following AGF's heavy 3-0 defeat against Brøndby, who we beat in the Europa League phase. So if we can beat them with a team in Slovenia, we can beat them with a team in Denmark with like 5 times the wage budget. Best believe it. FM side are currently 9th in the league with 22 points from 21 matches. AGF have lost 4 of the last 5 games in the league. AGF are on course to equal their lowest finish since 2024, where they finished 9th. Oh, well, we can't do that. We can't get their lowest finished. We'll cook, don't worry. So they actually only just avoided relegation last season. So they've actually improved. It's a 24,000-seater stadium. I remember when we were at Tabor Sezana at one point, we were in a 500-seater stadium. So we are doing better. We are doing better here. There's a director of football founded in 1880. This is a historic club. I like it. So they've won 5. No, they've actually got some history as well. So they've won 5 of the leagues, 9 cups, and 4. I think that's the second division, the Nordic Bet League. So I think it's just. I imagine that sponsorship, like a betting company. But yeah, so apparently they were really good in the 50s. Yeah, so they've won some stuff. Finances are insecure. We'll sort that out. We are financial masters. This is apparently the best team. All pretty regular players. A load of players went out on loan to what I'm guessing is an affiliate club. We got someone on loan as well. And someone else is joining us in July as well. So if we don't like him, we are stuck with him. But, yeah, so the team want us to work within the wage budget, of course, grow the club's reputation, blah, 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 become an established team. And then, yeah, just become an established team and challenge for the cup. I think we'll do better than that. But they want us to be competitive against Brøndby and just be an established team. Is the supporters, anyway. We don't need to beat the press. We don't care about that. Backroom meeting every month, of course. And there we have it. So let me just hit save, make sure nothing goes wrong there. So this is going to be the new club. Yeah, this is the new club. We will, of course, leave it there. but we've got some stuff to do. You know what? We'll go through the emails now. So, yes, AGF Higher FM. There's a youth. What? There's an excellent youth intake apparently happening. That's good. 300,000 social media followers. That always looks like the Steam logo to me when it's social media. I don't know why. Is that the Steam logo? Or is it just 3 dots? I don't understand. My cat's being weird. Apparently 6,000 season ticket holders. Again, weird logo for a season ticket. Why is it like a cloud? Surely that should be social media for like the cloud. Supporters influence is like a travel bag. I don't really get that. And the waiting list is like a list. I don't mind that. That makes sense. But the other 3 logos, I think they need to change them. So there's 13% hardcore. There's a bit of core, bit of family, bit of fair weather. They sit in the middle, which is weird because that's where I sit for Hartlepool. I feel like a fair weather fan now. So a little bit of corporate and some casuals up there. So let's just... We won't do it. Well, we'll chuck a tactic in now. So we've been using pretty successfully. Okay, so a gegenpress is actually well liked at this club. We've gone for a 4-2-3-1, but we'll chuck that in for now just to get rid of it. But no guarantee that's what we'll stick with. So in terms of players, they've got 1 goalkeeper who's on the transfer list. So that's already a bad sign. He looks rubbish. He's a second division player. No wonder they're not doing well. My God. They must be leaving a player on the bench because they're meant to have 1 goalkeeper. What are they doing? Lots of centre backs, lots of left backs. 1 right. Are you a right back? Okay, they've got 1 right back. He looks good. Okay, so he's around about a good Superliga player. Looking at his stats, he's definitely more well-rounded than some of the players we've had. But compared to Jorg Mesa's definitely an improvement on him in certain positions. Obviously, we won't be able to sign anyone till next season. But we could bring in some free transfers. But we might just get the money prepared for next season. The problem is it's not that big of a squad. So if you look at... So how many players is there overall? Why is it not doing it? There we go. So 24, so it's not a huge squad. There's a few players here. Obviously, he's on loan, but he'll be leaving at the end of the season. So, wait, 23rd of May. Yeah, 23rd of May. Is that the end of the season for us? It must be. Usually they leave 30th of June. That's weird. So there's a lot of strikers and not really any cams. It's got to be 4-2-4. No wonder. Yeah. Right. New tactic. It did recommend a 4-2-4, so clearly the game knew what it was talking about. Clear this out. Now, obviously, the 4-2-4 kind of stopped working for us a little bit, or the 4-2-3-1 was more successful. So we'll try the 4-2-2, the 4-2-2, but if it don't work, then we'll just go back to the 4-2-3-1. But I think this is okay. This looks okay. Now, I don't know the players. They're not even judging the season. We could get relegated and be fine. I don't believe that. We're not in the cup anymore. Knocked out in the 3rd round by a second... Then are they not? They're not second division. What is that? 2 division. Is that? Oh my God! They got knocked out by a 3rd league side. It was not a good season for these. So how do they get on in games? Generally, they don't keep clean sheets, but they don't concede loads. They're not losing 5-4-0. Obviously, they lost 3-0 there. So it's a lack of goals I'm seeing because it's only a couple games where they've scored more than 1. Yeah. Now, the good thing is we'll be able to probably get a little bit of momentum going because we play Viborg, who are just above us. So we're not actually going to play anyone in the top 6. Now, one thing I not actually just realised, there is a European playoff place if we can finish there, which would be 7th. And we're a little bit far behind Nordjylland. If you thought the pronunciations in Slovenia were bad, get ready for the Danish ones. These are going to be honking. Yeah, we're still a little ways away from that. So what's that? 7 points? We could make that up. So that's the goal. The first goal is to stay up. That's got to be goal number 1. Second goal, repair the finances. Now let's take a look. Fingers crossed it's not that bad. Oh my God, that is way worse than I thought it was going to be. And they're over budget. And the budget's going down next year. Oh, I didn't realise it was this bad. I hate that you can't see a bank balance when you join a club. All right. We probably won't be signing many players. We might be on a bit of a shoestring budget. I thought Oh my God, for a second there, I thought I read £100 million debt. No, it's 100 grand of transfer debt. They've actually only got £3.5 million of debt left. Whoo, buddy. Right, so they don't make much money. So we need to bring in about 10 mil. So about half of that will be slashed with sponsorship, plus some money on here. If we could get into Europa playoffs, 800k, maybe about half of the budget will be slashed by the end of the season when obviously more wages are going in. We are spending a lot of money. Who's the high earners? Who can we move on? All right, you're the right back, so you kind of have to stay. Are you any good? See, these players look all right, so at least they're spending the big money on the good players. Like, he looks good. Are you any good? See, he looks pretty mid to be on that kind of money. Now, he is out of contract in December. What? What is going on? Why is he out of... why are they all out of contract? Why is some out of contract in June and then some are out of contract in December? Denmark's a kooky place. Right, anyway, well, we might have to try and move some of these lads on. You're on a lot for a 31-year-old. You're on a lot for a fringe player. We need to sort this out. The wage... Yeah. The wage stuff at this club is mad. What about the B teams? I know. Wow. Okay, well, that's the one good thing is we might just be able to utilize this because they have lots of promising young players. So B team is stacked. Oh my God, why do they have so many players in the B team? If none of these are any good, we're getting rid of all of them. We don't need a B team. This is at least... That's almost like there's about 20 grand worth of wages in here. Maybe more. Yeah, we don't need all that. Under 19s, okay, they're all on reasonable wage. A couple of the boys are on higher ones, but a lot of these are expiring. Oh, we're going to need to sort it all out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go away, sort out a tactic, get the players in, sort out who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of, sort out the B team, the under 19s, just sort out the whole club, set up all my responsibilities, all that stuff, and then we will come back for the very first episode of the save with Viborg, and then the first game of that other round, that other phase. So I'm going to go off for probably about an hour, genuinely probably like an hour, and sort out the entire club. And then hopefully when we come back, first thing, I'm going to get the bloody goalkeeper off the transfer list. He can't be transfer listed. He's the only goalkeeper we've got. So even if he's rubbish, we have to keep him. He's out of contract. We will definitely replace him. I don't know why they don't have a goalkeeper. That's one thing we need to address. I don't know if they'll let us sign anyone. Thing is, we won't be able to move anyone on until probably thingy. So we're 98k over. So they have signed a goalkeeper. Oh, he looks really good. He's playing in Germany. He looks bloody good. 16 for one-on-ones. Maybe we don't need a goal. So we probably don't need a goalkeeper then. Because he actually looks really good. Is anyone leaving the club? No. And we're in a negative transfer budget. Whoo, doggy. This is going to be tough. Right, anyway. At least, I mean, these lads look good, though. I'll be honest, I could... What? Why? Oh, don't do this. Okay, I mean, they're all out of contract, though. We need to get this sorted. Right, we need to get all of this stuff sorted. I'm going to do it off camera, of course. We'll come back. We'll get all this stuff sorted. Oh, whoever's been managing this club has been absolutely honking. Genuinely, they've had a... What? My reputations went down as well. For some reason, going from Tabor to this club has knocked my reputation down half a star. Okay, not sure about that. That's a bit harsh, but there you go. Oh, well, whatever. So, their top goal scorer, like, the more I look at this club, the more it's a mess. Their top goal scorer has got 4 goals. 4. And he looks rubbish. Oh. Well, we'll sort it all out. Oh, my God. We'll sort it. Oh, why are you not playing up front? You look good. Okay, well, we'll sort it all out. We'll figure out a tactic. I think we kind of need to get them into that Europe places to try and fix the pussy finances. Right, we may spend a couple seasons at this club just fixing everything. FFP, they're okay apparently. They're allowed to lose about 4 million. Projected. Okay, so the projected loss isn't too bad. Not that I think we'll be getting in the Champions League anyway. Yeah. I feel like this is the club that relied on European and then didn't get it for a couple seasons, and then it's just kind of tumbled from there. So we are going to be on a shoestring budget. We'll do okay. We can get rid of a lot of rubbish and get this wage bill down. At least I don't need to care about the current spend. I just need to get rid of this. I need to get this committed spend down to probably about 100k because I need to bring in my players as well. So Yeah, we'll also scout. How's the staff situation? Oh, it's pretty bare. They need to. Yeah, okay. Coaching's fine. They could do some more, but scouting and physios are okay, but scouting needs to improve. We don't need a loan manager. I can sort that. Technical director. Blah blah blah. That's fine. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go try and fix the club off camera. So when we come back, this should all look good. We should all have a tactic with a team with an 11 in mind. The B team and the under 19 team should be sorted. I couldn't care less about the B team. I just care about the first team. Why would I care about the B team? Yeah, we'll try and get it sorted. So the best we could do, yeah, we can't finish there. There's only one game left, so we could get 25 and we'd still be below this. So the worst we could do is finish 10th. The best we can do is finish 9th. So we'll try and finish 9th and then try and kick on. So that'll be next episode. So we'll come back. We'll show you what I've done off camera. I'll go grind off camera. We'll do this last game in the preliminary phase and then we will play the first game in the relegation phase, provided there isn't like a massive gap. But even if there's a massive gap, I'll still do it. So yeah, I'll go sort everything out and then we'll have the very first episode of this new club. It'll be very exciting stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've been following so far. Let me know if you've been enjoying the Tabor Sezana portion so far. But this is the last episode. 27 episodes, I think. It's quite a going for a club. And I think that's more than we did for any of the ones in North to Prem as well. So good stuff. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this yap session. There were no games, just a lot of yapping. But hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. And I'll see you all for the very first part of our new step in our new career at AGF very soon.